The possessive adjectives, we use them to express the possession of something. For example, my car, ma voiture. Now, in French, there's a little catch, of course, that we've got masculine and feminine. We've got genders, and in French, and that's different to English, the possessive adjective, they agree with the noun that follows. So, here's an example. Ton père, your dad. Père is masculine, so ton, my possessive adjective, is the masculine singular form. Ta mère, your mom. Mère is a feminine noun, so I use ta in French, the possessive adjective, which is the feminine form. You see in English, your dad, your mom, but in French, ton and ta. We use different possessive adjectives depending on the gender of the noun. So here is where English speakers have a difficulty. In English, if you want to talk about the cat and you want to say that it's his cat because the owner is masculine, a boy, you're going to say his cat. If it's a girl who owns the cat, you're going to say her cat because the owner is a female, is a girl, it's feminine. Well, that's the opposite in French. We're not interested in who possesses the cat, but the cat itself. So in French, if I'm a boy or if I'm a girl, I will say son chat, her cat, his cat. It's the same because we're interested in the gender of the cat and not the owner. So cat being masculine, I'm using son. More examples. Now if I want to say my house, for example, maison is house in French and it's a feminine word. So a boy or a girl will say ma maison because the object that is possessed is feminine. On the other hand, if they are talking about their mobile phone, le portable, which is masculine, the boy or the girl will say mon portable because the object is masculine. Okay. So the masculine singular form of the possessive adjectives in French. To say my, you will say mon. Your, ton. His, son. Our, notre. Your, votre. Their, leur. Some examples. Mon vélo, mon père, ton argent, son stylo. My bike, my father, your money, his pen. All these words are masculine. Now, the feminine, singular, so my, you say ma, your, ta, her, sa, our, notre, your, votre, their, leur. Some examples. Ma mère, my mom, ta sœur, your sister, sa chemise. Alors, sa chemise could be his shirt or her shirt. We don't know because sa agrees with chemise, which is feminine in French, sa chemise. Now here comes another difficulty and you need to be really careful with this one. If the feminine noun starts with a vowel or an H, instead of using ma, ta or sa, we are going to use mon, ton, son. So the masculine form. So that's very confusing here. So some examples. Ami is a feminine word, but we will not say ma ami in French, we will say mon ami because the word ami starts with an a vowel. D'accord? Ta idée, same thing. We don't say ta idée despite the fact that idée is feminine because it starts with an I. So we say ton idée. And an example with an H, the word histoire, history or story, starts with an H, but it's feminine. However, we won't say ma histoire, but mon histoire. Okay, so you have to be really careful with this one. Now the plural. So with the plural, the good news is this: if the noun is masculine or feminine, you do not care. It's the same possessive adjectives in the plural for the masculine or the feminine. So my becomes me when it's plural, your, te, his or her, ses, our, nos, your, vos, and their, leur, but this time with an S, because there's more than one. It's a plural. Be careful with the leur. L-E-U-R is the singular. L-E-U-R-S is the plural. So some examples. Mon crayon if there's just one. Mes crayons if there's more than one pen. Plural. And you can see how there's an S at the end of crayon. Ta chemise, your shirt. If it's your shirts, tes chemises. Ma brosse, mes brosses, again with an S. Leur chat, leur chat. Alors this one is an interesting one because you can see that leur chat singular and leur chat plural sounds the same. We do not pronounce the S's, but in the plural form there's one at the end of leur and one at the end of chat. Careful with that. And finally, votre chien, vos chiens, if there's more than one dog.